everyone, it's Jen, and this week on Yarn Purpose, let's have a coffee catch-up. Hey everyone, welcome back to Yarn Purpose, my weekly podcast here on YouTube. Thanks for joining. Today I thought I would start something that I hope will become sort of a monthly feature here on Yarn Purpose, which is a coffee catch-up. So I'm just going to kind of talk to you about what's going on, what I'm working on as far as personal projects, as well as what I'm working on for work, and let you know what's coming up. And I hope that you guys enjoy this. I love watching these types of videos on YouTube, so I hope you do too. So first of all, we'll start with my coffee here. I am an iced coffee drinker for life. It does not matter if it's negative 20 degrees outside. I am drinking cold coffee. So that is what I have today. So let's first start with the whips, works in progress. So if you saw in my intro, I still have these socks here. I've shared them a little bit here on YouTube. Maybe you've seen them on my Instagram. I kind of got on a sock knitting kick. Again, obviously, I've had a few sock videos here in the last couple weeks. But this is the Knit Picks Felici Sport, which is currently discontinued. Sad. I really love this yarn. This was like my favorite of the like commercial self-striping sock yarns, and sadly you can't get it anymore. So this pair of socks I plan to give to my nephew for Christmas. He's been asking me for a pair of socks or slippers for a long time, so I thought, well, perfect timing. I'm on a sock knitting kick. I honestly don't do a lot of gift knitting anymore just because it is my job, so I don't have a lot of free time necessarily to like knit and crochet gifts like I used to. But since I have been working on socks lately, and I'm enjoying having a sock when I go to knit night versus having to like work on work projects when I go to knit night, this has been the perfect thing to have in my knitting bag. So that really is the only knitting project I have in progress right now. I've started a Wonder Woman shawl over the summer. I love that pattern. I think it's so clever. But that one's just sort of been sitting in its bag for the last couple months while I've been working on some work things. So I'm hoping now over the winter when I have a little bit more time that I can get that back out and finish it, because I just really think that the Wonder Woman shawl is so cool, and I really just like, I want to both knit it and wear it. Like a lot of times when I'm knitting a project, I don't know if you feel like this, like I feel like I'm knitting it because I want to really knit the thing, and I always enjoy the finished item, but sometimes I feel like I'm knitting it because I want to knit the thing, and sometimes I knit something because I want the finished thing. With that Wonder Woman shawl, it's both. It's like I really want to knit the thing because I think the construction's really cool, but I also want the finished item so I can have a Wonder Woman shawl. So hopefully in the next coffee catch up I can show that to you, and maybe I will have a little bit more of it done to show off. So as far as knitting whips, that's it. But then I thought I would show you something that I kind of do as my hobby outside of knitting, which I think a lot of you will enjoy, and that is I do like to cross stitch, and I'm terrible at it, and I kind of literally left this where I left off, so you are truly getting a whip here. But I love the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery patterns. Those really, as far as cross stitch projects, are the only ones I've ever bought and ever really done. I've done like a couple other little ones here and there, but the Frosted Pumpkin ones in terms of larger projects are the only ones I've ever bought. It's like finding your favorite knitwear designer. If you find somebody you like, you want to do all their patterns. I feel like cross stitch must be the same way. So last year, I think they did a year-long stitch along for, it was called Let's Go on an Adventure. And I'm sadly on like March here. So this I've picked back up just in the last month or so, as I've kind of been looking for something to work on in the evenings after, like, I've been working all day. So yeah, if you haven't checked them out, I'll leave a link to them below. It's the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. They also have a really cute, I bought the kit, I haven't made it yet. They have a really cute Fleece and Fiber Friends, Fibery Friends sampler. It's so cute. It has a little sheep on it. They've been at Stitches West before in the past, I know. I don't live near Stitches West, so I've just ordered their kits online, but they do have one that's kind of like sheep and knitting related, so you should go check that out. So going along with that, I have bought the, I mean, this is just a kit. It's not really much to look at. They do, like I mentioned with the other one, do a lot of stitch-alongs, and so they have one going right now called the Secret Sleigh Society, and the first clue just came out. It's just 2 clues. It's sleigh, like Santa's sleigh. It's Christmas themed. So they do little stitch-alongs, so sometimes they do year-long ones, and sometimes they do shorter ones. This one's just 2 clues before Christmas. So that I'm going to start. I told myself I couldn't start that one until I finished my big work project, which is my book. So with that, we'll just get into what's going on with work. So as far as work goes as a knitting designer, right now, my main project is that I am writing another book. If you don't know, I've written 5 knitting books, Sock Yarn Shawls and Sock Yarn Shells 2, Sock Yarn Accessories, Cozy Stash Busting Knits, and Stunning Stitches. And so I'm working on a 6th book now, and it is due in about a week or 2. So that's the majority of what I've been working on. So I don't really have anything to share with that, because I hate that when you're like working on a book and like you can't really like share it with the world. It's got, you know, I mean, obviously it's like the element of surprise. So I don't really have a lot of that to share with you today, but that is the majority of what I've been working on. I mean, the knitting has been long done, but well, that's not entirely true. I'm still knitting a few swatches at the last minute, but like the projects, like the big projects, those are all done. So yeah, so right now it's mostly just knitting or just formatting the manuscript and stuff. And that's something that I think that is really interesting about my job as a knitwear designer, is people often ask me like, oh, it must be so great that you get to knit all day. And it is great that I get to knit all day, but the reality is that a lot of times I'm not knitting all day. For example, with writing a book, I knit maybe a quarter, 10, 15 to 20%, I don't know, not very much of the stuff in my book. I actually contracted it out to sample knitters. So the majority of the work I've done has been sitting in front of the computer. So, you know, sometimes it's awesome being a knitwear designer, but I always tell people, I'm like, you do knit a lot. I mean, I knit a lot, but you don't actually knit as much sometimes as people think you do. Especially as your business grows and you're trying to like maintain a certain schedule, it becomes very hard to knit everything yourself. So anyway, that's where most of my time is going as far as work, at least for the next couple of weeks. But I also have online right now, my Nifty Gifty 2 ebook on Ravelry is out. And so that is an ebook that I did the first one a couple years ago. This is the 2nd edition, and it's 6 patterns. It's all accessories, and yeah, you should go check it out. I'll leave a link to it down below. I just released the 4th pattern. I've been releasing a pattern every week, so ultimately there'll be 6 patterns in it. And so this is the 4th pattern in it that I just released this week. It is called Pacifico, and it is a knit on the bias stole, and I knit it out of Knit Circus Greatest of Ease sock yarn. And then this shawl over here, Bonaset, that's also in the ebook as well. So those are the 2 major things that I've been working on. And so then as far as what's coming up next, well, I already showed you the Secret Sleigh Society kit that I'm hoping to do sort of as a break / reward for myself when my book is done. But then also I have my next ball of sock yarn all ready to go when I finish up those other socks. And I'm still hoping that I can get these done before Christmas for myself, a gift for myself. And this, I showed this in my Webs unboxing, but it's the Regia Perfect design line. You've been seeing a lot of this on my channel lately, just because that's what I'm into. So Like I said from the beginning, this is very much just what I'm into here on Yarn Purpose. And so you can see, like I showed you in that other video, the socks, it's very like Christmas colors. So definitely when I finish up those socks, this I'm pretty sure will be the next pair, because I would like to have them for Christmas time. So that is pretty much it. I realized that in my coffee ketchup, I didn't really drink any coffee. But, you know, hey, maybe you grabbed a cup of coffee and you drank some coffee while watching it, right? So anyway, that is it for me for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up so I can kind of figure out, you know, what you guys like, what you want to see more of. Go ahead and leave a comment below and let me know what you're working on this week. Also, I'd love to know your favorite way to drink coffee, so you can leave that as a comment below as well. And if you really, really like this video, then maybe you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because I've got lots of great videos coming up here on Yarn Purpose, and I think you guys will really enjoy them. So I hope that you guys have a great day and a good week, and I'll see you again here next Friday.